right, it is 5:30, and we are so happy to have so many folks with us. I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with the prayer and pledge. I'm calling Dr. Brand for the prayer.
Eternal God, our Father, we thank you, Lord, for this moment that you've given us to come be partakers of the decisions that is going to be made for the betterment of Chesterfield County. God, we pray that you will give us the wisdom and the knowledge, and most of all, give us the understanding that, God, we will do what's right for the citizens of this county. And God, we thank you for all that you've done for us, and we thank you, Lord, for what you are yet going to do. We ask these blessings in Jesus' name, and all of God's people say amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Council, you have your agenda in front of you. I'll accept a motion to accept the agenda, adopt the agenda. Okay. Motion by Ms. Burns. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Bishop McClendon. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any nays? All right, we have two sets of minutes to approve. One is the May 4th regular council meeting. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Okay, Dr. Brand, is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we have May 18th council briefing. Is there a motion to accept those minutes as written?
Motion.
Okay, McClendon, is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Price. Any discussion? The only discussion I have is I really appreciate everybody for taking part. That was a very important briefing, and just to have everybody here, I think will make decision-making better for us in the future. So thank you for taking the time to be here. And no public, I mean, you guys are also welcome to briefings. We have them every 2 weeks, or we have them 2 weeks after our council meeting. So you are all welcome to any of those too. Okay. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we have bonds, payroll, authorizations going around, no appointments. We have public comments. I want to say a couple of things. If you're here to speak on any of the things that we're discussing during public hearings, so any of the fire department ordinances, the moratorium on data center, procurement code, general fund budget, you may want to wait and come and speak then. Public comments, I mean, you're welcome to speak both times, but typically that would be the time that you would speak during public hearing. Public comments is a time that we hear from the public. We hear from you. We cannot respond to you. It doesn't mean that we're not interested in what you have to say. It just, we're following Robert's rules. So we have your names and addresses, and we can connect you with your council member. If it's something that we as a council need to address, then typically what we do is we'll add it to our next briefing. We've done that in the past. So just know that our non-responsiveness doesn't mean that we're not interested or that we don't care. It's just that we're following procedure. So with that being said, if anybody would like to address council, you are limited to 4 minutes per speaker, 20 minutes per subject. And I do have a few names. So I'll call on Mr. Howard Rogers. Welcome.
Those who doesn't defend its freedom will lose its freedom. That being said, to the Honorable Chairman of the Chesterfield County Council, Ms. Mary Anderson, to all our county councilmen and administrative officers, we want to thank you for this opportunity to be here this afternoon. And I'm defending the veterans of Chesterfield County. Howard Rogers, Service Officer for the Disabled American Veterans, Chapter number 50, certified. I was so happy to see from the last meeting when I came in that the emblems of our armed forces, United States Army, United States Marine, the Navy, then the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Then the latest to be added was the Space Force. It's an honor to be able to live in a county and a state that recognizes its veterans. I'm sure that when our legislators in Columbia, South Carolina passed the law that all our veterans that was total and permanent disabled would be exempt from taxes on their personal property and 2 vehicles. I'm sure at that time, if they had known that it was something would come up with fees, they would have included fees with those recommendations. Some states don't provide this, so we're just so grateful to be in a county and a state where the veterans are recognized. We noticed that the sheriff and the sheriff's office always put on an event every year to recognize and honor the veterans, and we want to thank him for that. We want to thank our comrades for coming this afternoon to support the veterans of Chesterfield County. It has been said that most Vietnam veterans would not live to be 70 years of age. We have proven them to be wrong in that effect. So most of our veterans will not live to be senior citizens. If you usually go to the National Cemetery in Florence, South Carolina, you'll see a whole section. It's nothing but veterans. We're the ones who made it possible for all of us to be here this afternoon. And I do appreciate what the council has done thus far as the tax fee that has been imposed on our veterans, especially those that are permanent in total. And we appreciate the effort that you have given us as far as it continuing with the exemption. We're here tonight to ask this council, I know you're not going to respond, but think about it. If we could just, the ones who have not received those notices, where the fees would be added to their property tax bills, that those fees be waived for the continuance of this year, knowing that next year that would not be on the tax notice. If you would give us that consideration, that would satisfy most of the veterans that I know here in Chesterfield County. It was mentioned that the revenue amount of some $30,000 that would be accumulated or that might be lost from this tax fee that's being imposed on the veterans. But if you was to take just 10 of the veterans here in Chesterfield County, that's a total and permanent, with the funds that they bring into Chesterfield County with, averages, $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Thank you. I'm sorry, the 4 minutes is up.
Consider that for us, please.
Certainly, thank you very much for everybody being here. All right, Teresa Wright. Sure, okay. Sorry. Malia Long.
I am Malia Long, and I live on Cato Heights Lane in Pageland, South Carolina, which is Chesterfield County. And my granddaughter is visiting, and we represent 5 different families in Pageland who are here to speak about the moratorium on the data center. Is my granddaughter allowed to speak her one little statement she's got here?
Sure.
Say your name.
My name is Rosalind Saldo, and I reject because we will lose water, and we are already facing a drought, and I would not like to have less water because that will be bad. Also, we will have to pay more money for electricity.
So that's what a child thinks, and her parents and grandparents and neighbors all agree. And we appreciate the opportunity to come out and be allowed to speak at a is this a commissioner's meeting?
Council, similar, yeah.
Yeah, and it's our first time doing it, and we thank you, and we hope that you take the matter seriously and consider all of us little families in Pageland.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Kirby Hughes.
Good evening, council.
Good evening.
My name is Kirby Hughes, reside at 2995 Highway 52, South Chirrell, South Carolina. I am here once again to address the same unfair charges that have been placed on the citizens of Chesterfield County. At this point, it has been clear that making this fee fair is not something that you cannot do. It is something that you refuse to do. I'm speaking to the council. And the only reasonable explanation are either that the fee benefits you in some way, or you have lost connection with the people that have put you in office. One of you stated publicly that you do not personally gain from this ordinance being passed, yet your actions tells a different story. At the last meeting, it was suggested that 100% disabled veterans should be exempt from the trash fee, the road fee. I agree that exempting them would be a noble gesture, especially since the fee is unfair from the begin with. But I also noticed that the one who is a veteran voiced their opinion very loudly of the approval. I am a disabled veteran myself, so this affects me.
Mr. Hughes,
Yes, ma'am.
your volume, could you turn it down a little bit?
Yes, I'm
Thank
just
you.
loud.
I know
Step
you're
back.
passionate.
I'll step back.
Okay, thank you.
I'll step back. I'm a disabled veteran myself, so yes, this affects me. But this has never been about me. It has always been about the people who are being treated unfairly and charged for services they do not use. What struck me mostly was that you're willing to give a break to the ones who are fully capable of paying while ignoring the ones who must choose between buying their medicine and buying their food. Now, I went back and looked over the preview at the meeting of last month, and Mr. Ethan was the only one that had concerns about the elderly and the ones that were unfortunate. I got this from the chart for the veterans, and I am a veteran and I'm not against you at all. A 100% disabled veteran receives $3,938.58 tax-free each month. Meanwhile, many of the seniors living on Social Security after deduction bring home roughly $1,850. Yet you refuse to give them a break, and there are pastors on the board. So I know you know exactly what Scripture says about the orphans, the widows, and the less fortunate. The very people who place you in this position are the same people being drowned by the decisions you are making. I understand that it's not all of you that is responsible for this, but to those who are, it is time to get down off your high horses and reconnect with the community you were elected to serve. At the least, at the last meeting, you stated that you would look into why the citizens cannot dispose of wood and why businesses who are paying this fee are not allowed to use the site. Yet, no one has followed up with that individual who brought these concerns to your attention. Not even my own councilman. The people deserve answers. They deserve fairness. And they deserve leaders who listen to them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. All right, now we're going to move into public hearings. We have 9, and it's a lot to keep up with, but we're going to do the best we can with these. So with public hearings, because I know a lot of you, haven't been here before, so just to let you know, council members, once again, are going to refrain from commenting or debating during public hearings. Public hearings are for us to receive input from you all, and council will discuss shortly after if there's a need to discuss, and when the hearing's closed, we'll take final action. So public hearing is the time, it's the second reading of an ordinance, and so we're going to open up the first one. It's the Bay Springs Fire Department dues ordinance. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Kirkley, is there a second? Second. Okay, second by Ms. Burns. All in favor for opening the public hearing? say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to address council? All right, come forward. This is on the Bay Springs Fire Department dues ordinance. Okay, all right. All right. If there's no one here to address council regarding that, may I assume that the same would make a motion to close the hearing? Okay, so Kirkland Burns, close the hearing. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next, B, the Walmart fee in lieu ordinance. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion.
All right, Mr. Price, is there a second?
Second.
All right, McClendon. All in favor of opening the public hearing indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to address council regarding the fee in lieu ordinance, Walmart fee in lieu ordinance? If not, I'll assume that the same two will make a motion to close the hearing.
Motion.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, C, lease purchase of Chester County Sheriff's Office vehicles ordinance. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Okay, Dr. Brand, is there a second?
Second.
All right, Ford. All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the public hearing is now open. Would anyone like to address council regarding the lease purchase of Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office vehicles ordinance? Hearing none, I assume the same people will make a motion to close it.
So moved.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All right, D, 2026-2027 cash roll fire department budget ordinance. Is there a motion to open the public hearing? Ms. Burns. Okay, Ms. Burns, is there a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Price. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? So the public hearing is now open. Is there anyone who would like to address council regarding the 2026-2027 cash roll fire department budget? All right, seeing none, seeing the same two will make a motion to close.
Motion.
All right, any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So that one passes. Okay, 2026-2027 Harris Creek Rural Fire Department Budget Ordinance. Is there a motion? Okay, there's a motion. Second. All right, by Mr. Kirkley, second by Ms. Burns. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? So the public hearing is now open for the 2026-2027 Harris Creek Rural Fire Department budget. Would anybody like to address council? All right, seeing none, would the same two like to make a motion that we close the public hearing? All right. Any discussion? Oh, gosh. All in favor? I guess we do have discussion, sorry. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's a lot to keep up with, sorry. So I was going slowly. All right, motion passes. So 2026-2027 Alligator Rural Fire Department Budget Ordinance. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Kirkley, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, Dr. Brand. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the public hearing is now open regarding 2026-2027 Alligator Rural Fire Department budget. Would anybody like to address council? Okay, hearing none. Would the same two like to close the hearing? Yes. All right, is there any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes. 2026-2027 General Fund Budget Ordinance. Is there a motion to open the public hearing regarding this?
Motion.
All right, motion by Mr. Price. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, Bishop McClendon, any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Would anyone like to address council regarding the 2026-2027 General Fund Budget Ordinance? Okay, seeing none, would you guys like to Make a motion to close the hearing?
Yes.
Okay, and second. All right, any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the next one is the procurement code update ordinance. Would anyone like to make a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion.
Okay, Mr. Ford, is there a second? By Mr. Price. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the public hearing is now open regarding procurement code update. Would anybody like to address council? No? All right. Would you two like to make a motion to close the public hearing? Okay. All right, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Now, before we get to I just want to remind everybody that a moratorium means, because there's been a lot of mixed messages, moratorium means that we're pressing pause on accepting any project proposals for our county at this time. So, just a point of record, we don't have any formal inquiries that we have been presented. We just want to make sure that we are not being done to, we're being done with. And should we have a proposal, we understand what it's all about. So that was the discussion that we had at our meeting last time, first reading. And I know that a lot of you maybe weren't there and you may have watched it. If you didn't, I just wanted to give you a little background on what that was all about. So we want to be sure that we're fully educated, and we feel like the moratorium would give us time to see the pluses and the pros and the cons, and any guardrails we might need to put up if we were even to consider a project. So I just want you to know where we are on it, because I think there have been a lot of mixed messages. Okay, so with that being said, is there a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion. Second.
All right, there's a motion by Mr. Price, second by Mr. Ford. Any discussion? All of opening the hearing?
Discussion. Open discussion.
Oh, but this is about discussion regarding if we want to open the hearing.
Okay.
So all in favor of opening the hearing?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so is there anyone from the public who would like to address council regarding the temporary moratorium on data centers? Okay, we'll just take these one at a time. I saw Ms. Deborah Adams' hand up first.
Let's see, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. My name's Deborah Adams, and I live here in Chesterfield. And I appreciate the opportunity to address council this evening. I'm here to support your proposed moratorium on a building or in any way construction of data centers in Chesterfield County. And I have a few facts I would like to share with you that will perhaps shed some light or give you some additional information on why I think this is such an important issue and is such a issue that will affect us in such a deep manner. First of all, let me address rising taxpayer costs, or ratepayer costs, rather. Across the country, energy bills have gone up for regular ratepayers, individual households, and small businesses, directly attributable to the build-out of data centers and associated energy infrastructure. A recent analysis of 13 states found a projected electricity bill increase of up to 60% by the year 2030. And that's about $9.3 billion in extra costs, largely due to data center expansion. In the area of water, a single data center can use as much water as a city of 50,000 people. Existing numbers are likely undercount as water for construction, cooling, and energy infrastructure is largely considered in projections of data center water use. So right off the bat, they're not even considering the cost of water just to build out these data centers. Data centers can cause water contamination, increasing concentrations of nitrates and other pollutants in groundwater, and releasing what are called forever chemicals that persist in the environment and affect our health. Air pollution is a consideration. Data centers create an estimated 20 billion yearly public health burden due to air pollution. Noise pollution. Data centers produce significant noise pollution, primarily from diesel generators, gas turbines, and cooling systems. And noise impacts data center workers, nearby communities, and local wildlife. There's definitely a lack of transparency, in this whole process. Tech companies often push these projects through with little transparency, so the public doesn't know how their potential impact on our energy grid and household utility bills, air quality, or local budget will be affected. Often these deals are done under project code or subsidiary names, and we can't even track who's actually behind. It's difficult in some instances to even track who's behind these construction projects. There's heat impact, in some cases as much as 16 degrees Fahrenheit compared to surrounding areas, and at a time when average temperatures are already increasing and extreme heat becomes more frequent. This could further the chance of neighboring communities experiencing potentially dangerous temperatures. There's an effect on our agriculture and land. Speculation and acquisition of AI companies is driving up land prices and contributing to economic pressure on farmers to sell agricultural land. And this forces impossible choices for farmers and ranchers who may be forced into selling land to developers, and directly threatens already scarce opportunities for new and beginning young farmers and ranchers to purchase agricultural land and start farming. The last item I'll share with you is that is in the category of emergency services. Data centers threaten to strain rural volunteer emergency fire and emergency and fire services with dangerous equipment and on-site fuel storage. And these hazardous risk of fire and explosion from gas pipelines, carbon wells, carbon capture wells, and rural services may not be sufficiently resourced to address these kind of emergencies that we may encounter with data centers. So I thank you for listening to me and allowing me to speak and share this information with you.
Thank
Ma'am,
you.
can you give us your name, please?
My name is Deborah, Deborah Adams, and I live here in Chesterfield.
Thank you.
Next, Mr. Charlie. Hi.
Wow. Nice job. Hello, everybody. I'm Brad Turley. I live up in the Maysville section of town. Some of you know me. I have one question. There's about 45,000 people that live in Chesterfield County, I think. 44.5, 44.6, something like that. Other than a few people who might sell some land and some big outside guys from out of state, who benefits? All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can you speak in your
speak
mic a
up
little bit?
into your microphone, please.
I got the wimpy voice thing going.
Sure.
All right, who benefits? This is what I don't understand with these things. If somebody's land, if a data center goes up next to your land, what's the value of your land worth? Okay, they need more electricity. Are they gonna have to condemn some more right-of-ways to get the electricity in there? I mean, the list goes on and on. I've been doing a bunch of work recently down in Darlington with DES and on Gillian Lord. It's embarrassing how they let the county citizens hang out to dry. They put poison down in their land, and nobody's responsible. Well, is a data center any different? Look, you know, I'm okay, but I'm just saying there's a whole bunch of folks here. Can't we have to think about them? That's all. I mean, your data, spot on. All right, I've done some research. I'm not as smart as she is, but I have a whole bunch of neighbors that I'm pretty sure can't afford to be losing the value of their land because their land is all they have. It might be 5 or 6 generations, but that's what they have. And I don't see how data centers, okay, you guys who know me, I'm a computer guy. I get it. How is a data center, more computing power in Chesterfield, going to help anybody in Chesterfield? And I don't mean to be badass about it. I know I'm not supposed to say that on whatever, all right? I don't care about those other guys.
Right.
Okay, I could go on and on about sludge and waste and all this stuff. We're getting dumped on. Well, I think the same thing goes for data centers. Oh, yeah, let's put up a 1 square mile building. Who wants to live next to it? What happens with all the stuff that runs off the roof, the parking lots? Okay, do you realize, and I don't mean to preach, all right, Thompson Creek is polluted. Why? Because of runoff. You're telling me that for years, kids have played in Thompson Creek. Now they can't do it. You think it's going to get any better when we bring in data centers? All I'm asking is, please, when you do what you got to do, just think about everybody here that lives in town. I think there's some pretty cool people here, and they can't do anything. Somebody puts up, somebody sells 10,000 acres to somebody else. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, a point of clarification for everybody here. We're not voting on a data center.
No.
We don't have a data center project. We're voting on whether or not to issue a moratorium, which would take us until January 1st, 2028.
Okay.
So but I hear your point. I mean, we all hear your points. I just want to be clear that I don't want anybody watching this later and think we're voting on a data center project tonight, because that's not what we're voting. The moratorium is just to press pause on accepting any projects, and this isn't toward you, Mr. Trolley, because I'm not speaking back to you directly. I'm just saying to you all in general. I just want everybody to understand what we're doing tonight is voting on whether or not to accept a moratorium on data centers that would take us until January 1st, 2028.
All right, I am emotionally asking, as you can tell, that you put that moratorium in place, and I'm thinking 2038. I mean, let's rock and roll with it. All right?
Thank you, Mr. Trolley.
All right. Thank you for the time. I have dogs out in the car. Long story. Thank you, and well done.
Anybody else?
38.
Go ahead, yeah.
Good evening, my name's Derek Berry. I live in the Bronx Mill community. Following up on the same points, she brought up a lot of the information that I would have also shared with you guys. As far as the moratorium goes, I would ask that you guys make it a permanent ban. There's.
Listen, hey, guys, I hear you, but we have to keep order. So it's his turn to talk, and we're going to listen to you respectfully, and yeah, we just have to keep order.
There is absolutely not 1 square inch of this beautiful county that should be given up for any kind of industrial park or project of that size. Some of these data centers are actually being reported as being the size of New Jersey, as the size of Rhode Island. Some of them power consumption up to the equivalent of 4 nuclear reactors to power these things. Where are we going to get that? I don't want to pay for it. Nobody here should pay for it. And even if they come up with the funds, what's the purpose? That's so unclear. There's so much speculation about the overall purpose of a data center now. One big thing is mass surveillance. I think we already are deeply surveilled enough as it is. I would prefer our world go back the other direction. You're looking at technology that's outdated so fast. I mean, we all know that by the time the computers hit shelves, they're already 2 to 3 years outdated. Technology going into these data centers are going to be outdated quickly. So what's the point? They build this to surveil us or for whatever purpose, whatever technology they come up with that they put into these things, it's all going to be outdated before long anyway. none of it's worth the risk of our county, of our people, our water. And that's the biggest concern is our water. We have to have clean water to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. I think we had one more person who, Laura? Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Many of you know me. I'm Laura. I grow flowers in this beautiful county. I am not even from here. My husband and I, we moved from Connecticut. And I am here because it's a very big concern, especially for farmers. And I know we're not voting against or in favor of it, but I just want you guys to just be very careful what comes in paper to us. We need to be conscious of not us, because we will be long gone, our children. We need them. And if we don't have water, if we don't have land, we don't have anything. Data centers are no good for anybody, and they will destroy us. We can see it. Our children are glued to iPads, and it's getting worse and worse. Nobody thinks about anything because we are constantly on ChatGPT thinking for us, and that's where we are going. And we have to stop it. We're the only ones who can stop this. There are some people with power that want data centers, and the question here is, why are they coming to small towns? They don't do it in New York. They don't do it in Connecticut. They don't do it in California. They just come to us because they think nobody is going to say anything, and we are going to say, just go ahead, take our land and do whatever you want. Because they think we don't have brains, and we do. And we all need to do this. It's amazing. The statistics right now I have been reading. It has been already 68 data centers shut down already in the country. And it's because people are coming to these meetings and saying something. But if we just let stuff just go in, everything will be approved and nobody will have a word to say. So please I wish there was more people. I wish this was just full of people that nobody could even see anybody, because we all need to listen to this and understand what is coming to us. So if any of you can help us, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, so before we open this up to vote and close the public hearing, if any council member wants to make a comment, once again, it's not our personal opinion as to data centers. This is all regarding the moratorium. So if there's anybody that wants to share anything or say anything, Mr. Porter.
So it's only fair to say that this kind of came about. Our administrator over codes enforcement got to hearing all the chatter about the data centers and going all over. So he brought it to our attention that we had absolutely nothing that would have prevented anybody from coming and putting a data center in Chesterfield County. So that is what started this conversation to even put a moratorium in place. So instead of being reactive, the council has chosen to be very proactive in the first step is doing the moratorium, basically to give us 18 months reprieve to be able to be educated, to find out the pros and the cons, what's true, what's not, those type things. And that's what's led us to here. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm going to rally a lot more people to come if somebody brings a data center to the table, because I'm totally against them. But that's what brought this to the table. So this is proactive, an approach to try to make good decisions about what comes to Chesterfield County, just so everybody knows, to make that clear.
Yeah, and we owe you that. We owe you our ears to hear you tonight. We also owe you, and everybody else in the county who may feel differently, we owe them an opportunity to hear what they have to say too, and to look at their statistics. And we may feel the same way, or we may feel differently, but whatever we do, we're going to do it with intention. Because that's what I was saying earlier, we want it done with and not to. We want to understand the facts. I don't know the facts like you guys do. I mean, I hear things when I go to conferences, but we want to have everybody have the same opportunity to hear from you and to hear from others. So I just wanted to put that out there too. Mr. Price.
I just want to thank y'all for coming. I think it's important that y'all show up. I also think it's important for you, we work for you guys, so I think it's important for you to reach out to your council member here and tell them how you feel, not just in this setting. Let us know what you want, because it doesn't matter what we want, it matters what you want. You put us here. So I just want to thank all of y'all for coming and expressing your opinion to us. So thank you.
Also, I say thank you also for sharing your thoughts this afternoon. And just don't let this be the only thing that you are concerned about. There's so much more that is going on that you need to be concerned about. So just one thing. Like my council colleague said, we're here to serve you. And we want to make sure that you be a part of it. Don't be a part of it after the fact, because after the fact, it's going to be basically too late. So be a part of the solution and try not to be a part of the problem. I yield back to you, Council.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that being said, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
May I say something?
Sure.
I want to speak briefly on behalf of Dr. Bryan and myself. Since our name was mentioned indirectly.
Oh, not now, not now.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about as pastoring churches, our main concern is taking care of senior citizens. I just want to emphasize that that's what we do. That's our passion, take care of senior citizens.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to make that known.
Thank you. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Brands, or a second?
Second.
All right, by Mr. Kirkley. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. The public hearing is now closed. That doesn't mean that you all need to leave. We have a lot left to go, and you're welcome to stay as long as you want. We're going to move on now, though, to ordinance readings and resolutions. Next.
Okay.
Hang on one second.
And thank you all again as well for coming, but for anybody that wants to join a meeting about data centers, they are having one sponsored by the Public Informational Session facilitated by the South Carolina Energy Justice Coalition Thursday, June the 11th from 11 until 1 in Marlboro County.
We'll put that on our website. Thank you. That slipped away from me, and thank you for helping me pick that up. So we'll put that on our website. If anybody's interested and wants to know more about it, we'll make sure that that information is available for next Thursday in Marlboro County. Thank you, Ms. Burns, for keeping me straight. All right. Yeah, so our ordinance readings and resolutions, Mr. Turley, you're right. So we go from public hearings. I was a teacher, so sometimes I get caught up in maybe too much discussion, but just so that you know, what we do is we have public hearings, and then we will have third reading, and third reading is when we finalize everything. Or this is second reading, so we have second reading, we'll have our ordinances, and then we have third reading, right? Right, this is the third, right. And I'll announce that. Most of these are third reading. Sorry if I said second. Yeah. No, we have them all identified. So here we go. All right. So we'll start off with the Bay Springs fire dues. Once again, third reading. Is there a motion to approve third reading?
So move.
Okay, Ms. Burns, is there a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Kirkley. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, Walmart fee in lieu ordinance. Once again, third reading. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Price. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Ford, any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, lease purchase, Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office vehicles, third reading. Is there a motion?
So moved.
All right, Brand, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Kirkley, any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Once again, third reading, 2026-2027 cash roll fire department budget ordinance. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion. Was that you, Bishop McClendon? Oh, Reverend Brown, okay. All right. Oh, was it Price?
Price.
Sorry. All right, Price, and then a second by Ms. Burns. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, 2026-2027 Harris Creek Rural Fire Department Budget Ordinance, third reading.
So moved.
All right, there's a motion by Ms. Burns. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Kirkley. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? 2026-2027 Alligator Rural Fire Department Budget Ordinance, third reading.
So moved.
Mr. Kirkley, is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Burns? Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, third reading, 2026-2027 General Fund Budget Ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
All right, there's a motion by Bishop McClendon, second by Mr. Ford. Any discussion?
Yeah, could you briefly tell the body what that consists of? Just give a little quick overview of that.
Mr. Ford, you're on that committee. Mr. Smallwood's not with us tonight. You want to hit the highlights?
So we were able to accomplish purchasing more new vehicles for the sheriff's office than they've ever had historically bought at one time. We were able to do a, it's 5%? Or 4%?
4%.
4, yeah.
4% cost of living raise countywide, except for no elected officials got a cost of living raise. So all employees got that. We were able to give the sheriff's office 2 more officers dedicated to the south. They have been neglected in the south, and also 2 more to do like a crime suppression unit to navigate some of these high crime areas to try to put some pressure and make it a little bit more difficult for some of these little punks, I guess you could call it. And we did that without increasing tax millage on anyone. So there was no tax increase with us being able to do that. It was all done off of whether it was a cut or organic revenue increase through the growing tax base.
Good.
I'm sure I missed a few.
No, you hit all the high points. I appreciate that, especially pitch hitting without prior notice, so thank you. All right, any more discussion? All right. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Good job.
All right, procurement code update. This is third reading. Is there a motion?
Motion.
All right, Mr. Ford. A motion and a second by Mr. Price. Any discussion? Ms. Stanley, you want to, I know that we didn't have this, but since we have so many of you here, you want to just tell them what we're doing with that?
Yes, we modified our procurement to change the indefinite delivery on like our CTC projects, because currently we mimic the state and it's only for 2 years, and the project can be, one project would be $100,000 to an aggregate of $300,000. Well, you know, with the rising costs now, an engineer would cost more than that, and this isn't county money, it's CTC money that's given to us from the state. So we enacted on changing our current county procurement to change it to $200,000 for per project, and then an aggregate to $600,000. And then also we made put a clause in there when we've received bidding or we're bid out projects and we have any local contractors, if their bid is 5% within the lowest one, then we would, accept if the local contractor, was more beneficial. try to support our local people.
Once again, that's CTC money, so that's Chesterfield Transportation Committee money, and that comes from gas tax. Right. Okay, any more discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, temporary moratorium. Oh, yes, sir.
And I motion this next one.
You may. I would expect nothing but. Temporary moratorium on data centers, is there a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Ford, is there a second by Mr. Kirkley? Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, establishing uniform waste tire policy, second reading. So this one will be third reading next time. If you all have anything that you would like to come to us to talk about this particular item, the public hearing will be for it next time, but this is second reading, establishing uniform waste tire policy. This is something that we've discussed a lot in our briefing. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Ford, second by Mr. Price. All right, any more discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, authorizing the sale of property tax map number 225-000-000-034, first reading by title only. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, there's a motion by Ms. Burns. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Kirkley. Any discussion?
Could the public get a brief idea of what property that is?
Yes, this is county-owned property. It's on the corner of Hillian Edwards Road and Highway 9. Right now, it's being used by the county as a storage facility. Rural Water approached Michelle Stanley, our county administrator, about buying 6,000 square feet in the corner for the purpose of constructing a pump station so that they can better serve residents along Hillian Edwards Road. And now council has agreed to be a partner in that and to convey that property through a sale to Rural Water.
Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now, the next one, prior to tonight's meeting, Mr. Price informed me that he's going to be recusing himself of any council votes pertaining to subdivisions, and in accordance with that applicable state law, I just ask that the clerk of council ensure that Mr. Price's recusal letter is reflected in the minutes of the meeting. And I have a copy of that. Thank you. We'll let you know. Okay, with that being said, Chapter 155 of the Chesterfield County Code of Ordinances, first reading by title only. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Kirkley, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, McClendon. Any discussion?
Yes, just want to say that this ordinance here concerning the code ordinance, it was thoroughly thought out by the council. We have went over it and over it again, and we finally came to a agreement and came with a solution that this ordinance would be good for the code. So I want to say thank the council for their due diligence in seeking an answer for Chapter 55, and I believe that we have made a good decision on this ordinance. Thank you, council.
And thank you, Dr. Brand, and everybody who's been on that committee, because it has been quite involved and they've had a lot of meetings. So just so that you all know, Chapter 155, you've probably seen that we've had an emergency ordinance that declared a moratorium on subdivisions, RV parks, mobile home parks. We were realizing that this is something that was being done to us, not with us.
Right.
So we pressed pause with the moratorium quite a while ago, just to make sure that we were doing what's right, and we contracted the services of PDCOG, which is Council of Governments, and all counties have a Council of Governments, and they provide services like engineering, planning, workforce development, grants, all sorts of things that they help us with. But we contracted their services to look at our comprehensive plan and to make sure that we were doing what was right, or what was in the best interest of a county our size, geographically, you know, where do we need to be. So anyway, that is what we have done, and it's taken us a long time to get there because it is quite an extensive document. But this is first reading by title only, and this is So Chapter 155 is only the subdivision part, just for point of clarification.
Have all the changes been implemented on what we agreed upon? Has that been done?
That's, yes, so that's why we're here by title only. Mhm. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, so, do you bring Brandon in, back in, or not yet? And like indicated just a few minutes ago, there's the need to extend the emergency ordinance declaring temporary moratorium on issuance of permits for establishment of mobile home parks, RV parks, and subdivisions. It's just been a long process, but just so that you know, like once that Chapter 155 rolls off, then the subdivision part will be taken out. So as we address each layer, we will take it out one at a time. So this is an extension of our current emergency ordinance. Is there a motion?
Motion.
All right, Mr. Ford, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Kirkley. Any more discussion? No. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. The next is a resolution. So we're through with our ordinances. We moved on to resolution creating a capital project sales tax commission. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bryant.
Thank you, Council Chair Anderson. Recently, Council's been discussing methods of funding a new county detention center, and one of those methods is the capital project sales tax. In order to do a capital project sales tax, Council is responsible for appointing a commission, and this resolution will create that commission.
Okay. So is there a motion to accept this resolution?
Motion.
Okay, motion by Bishop McClendon. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Burns beat you, Mr. Ford. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
When would the
Oh,
names?
wait, you'll have discussion.
Yes, when would the commissioner names be mentioned? Was that later on?
We're going to bring that up during, so for the commission, council's responsible for appointing 3 members, and that will come up under board appointments number 15A.
So is now the appropriate time to put what this is in layman's terms?
Well, we're just creating
yes.
we're just creating a tax commission, but yes, that's fine.
I think it'd be important to tell people what.
Oh, yeah, for sure, but I just didn't know if we were going to do that when we did the commission.
So basically, this is a committee of people throughout the county that were chosen to develop a question of what the question would be on the referendum for do the residents want to fund a new detention center off of a penny sales tax, or do they want to fund it a different way? But this group is to develop the exact question that will be on the ballot as to how the people would like to fund it. So that this
That's right.
board and other people throughout the county have appointed this group.
Right, so specifically, this resolution is just to allow us to have a commission. We had a commission in 2024 for a different project that did not move forward. So in the interest of time, we're asking to appoint a new commission. And so this is for the appointment of a sales tax commission. That's what we're voting on right now. All right, so we have a motion by Bishop McClendon, a second by Ms. Burns. Any more discussion? No. Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the next is a proclamation declaring June 2026 as Forging Strong Fathers and Families Month. This is something that we have done in the past, and you all had that resolution or proclamation, in your packets. It's quite lengthy, but Mr. Bryan, is there anything else you need to add to that? Okay. Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to proclaim June 2026 as Forging Strong Fathers and Families Month.
So move.
All right,
Second.
Mr. Kirkley, second by Mr. Price. Any discussion? All in favor?
Lady, if you would you kind of explain that just a little bit and let the people know just what that strong father and family might mean?
Well, typically groups will come to us and say, will you proclaim this? And if we do proclaim this, like Forging Strong Fathers and Families Month, then we're just saying that we believe in that too. We believe that we should have strong fathers and strong families. And sometimes by us doing these proclamations, it helps them show that they're supported in other areas. Sometimes they can use that toward grant money. Sometimes they can just use it to say, look, you know, the people in Chesterfield County are for this. So it's just a way of us supporting a group that wants to do good.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bryant? Okay. All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you for the question. All right, we made it. That was a lot. 9 public hearings and 15 readings and proclamations is a lot to get through. All right, so standing committee reports, there are none. Items submitted by council. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ford, Perspective Chesterfield County Detention Center bed study.
So what this is part of the process with council currently looking at building a new detention facility. I looked at the numbers as of today. We got 95 beds and 146 inmates to give everybody an idea of what we're up against. So to start looking at building a new detention facility, the state requires us to have some type of professional bed study done, saying an outlook on what the county growth looks like, projecting the number of inmates over a certain period of time, because you want to build a detention facility big enough that you don't have to try to build another one in 5 years, but you don't want to build one for 20 years out because they're going to fill it up too, and we're going to be right back where we are. So this bed study is for us to hire professionals to give us a detailed report as part of this new detention center process to identify how many beds we actually need and the necessary things that we can build an appropriate detention facility for this county.
Okay, thank you. Is that in the form of a motion to move forward with the bed study?
Motion.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Kirkley. I heard you first. Any more discussion on this?
The only discussion I have, Madam Chair, is just that I think it's a great idea. I don't know how you do a project without doing a bed study. I don't think you would be doing this project any service without doing the bed study. So, and during the bed study, I'm hoping that the Sheriff's Department can be in that as closely as they can, because they see the numbers in the jail every day, and they know what we will need. So, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And we have discussed this before. We had some professionals recommend that we do this, and so we see the need. We appreciate you being on top of that too, Mr. Ford. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. All right, so items submitted by staff, PD Workforce Area South Carolina Works System Memorandum of Understanding. Mr. Bryant.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On Tuesday, May 5th, our Clerk to Council, Susie Boswell, received a email from Ms. Coates, who leads our Coalition of Governments, requesting that Council approve a memorandum of understanding for SE Works Workforce Centers, and it details the roles and responsibility of that organization. It is a state requirement that the council chair of each county sign the agreement and acknowledges that they are aware of what partners have agreed to. And I would just note that signing this document creates no financial obligation for the county. So at this time, it's requested that council give you authority to sign this MOU.
Is there a motion to give me the authority to sign the MOU for PD Workforce Area South Carolina Work System?
Motion.
Okay, there's a motion by Ms. Burns, a second by Bishop McClendon. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we have bid award, a lease purchase of South Carolina Sheriff's Office vehicles. Ms. Belts.
Okay, thank you.
A request for proposals was issued to 4 local and regional banks for the lease purchase of 25 vehicles for the Sheriff's Department. Staff received 1 proposal from Carolina Bank with an interest rate of 4.875%.
Okay, is there a motion to accept this lease purchase bid award? All right, motion by Mr. Ford. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Price. Any discussion? No. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you. All right, we have no unfinished business, no new business. Board appointments. So this is where we're going to talk about this Capital Sales Tax Commission. And this is reappointing the commission from 2024, if we choose to do so. Mr. Bryant?
Yes, so in the interest of time, I don't think I've mentioned this in this meeting, but I have in previous meetings, we've got to get a ballot question to the State Election Commission by August 15th. So staff, as a courtesy to council, just went ahead and called the appointees that council appointed in 2024 and asked if they'd be willing to serve. 2 of them were, 1 of them wasn't. At the time of that appointment, that appointee was Todd Smallwoods. I reached out to Todd Smallwood, and he provided a 3rd name. So you'll see on here from the 2024 commission, we have Jordan Sidham from Pageland and Dr. Samuel Richardson III of Sherrall. And Councilman Smallwood suggested Karen Short of Chesterfield.
Okay. So that is our commission slate. Is there a motion to accept this as our Capital Sales Tax Commission moving forward with the project for the detention center?
So moved.
Okay, there's a motion by Ms. Burns, second by Mr. Kirkley. Any discussion?
I heard 2 that has accepted. Has the 3rd one accepted?
Yes, she has, right. And then without getting too much in the weeds, there will be others joining this group that the way the process is done, it's on an index factor, population index factor. We have no control over that. That's just the law. So there will be a couple of other people added to it that we will not be choosing.
And what city is that coming from?
It could come from.
Anywhere in the county?
We encourage, different places in the county, but we don't have any control over that. And once again, this commission, their task is to formulate with the assistance of council and other county, other counties have done this previously, but they are tasked with the job of coming up with a question for the ballot so our citizens can vote which way they want to go with it. So that's their task. All right? Any more discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, thank you. Administrator's report.
Thank you, Madam. I just want to remind you all that, I just lost my date, Thursday, June the 4th, at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., the cyclic materials is going to be at McBee High at the cafeteria. They'll be there for you to learn more about the project and, for any questions or answers. And I mean, they've opened it up to the public. It's not just council, they've opened it up to the public. So we encourage anyone that would like to go. And that's actually
She can't hear you.
I'm sorry. That's actually a new industry that's coming into the McBee area. So, but they would love for anyone to come. It's Thursday, and it's from 5 to 7 p.m. at McBee Cafeteria. And then also, I know a lot of you has probably already seen it, and we're very proud of the Veterans Park that we put on the courtyard. We're going to have they're going to have a dedication on June the 15th at 9:30 a.m. So, and we'd love for anyone to go to that. And then also, council will have at your desk area email from the library director. There's some important dates there that they've got going on with their summer reading. So I just wanted to let you know about those dates. I think that's all that I have.
Okay. Do any council members have announcements?
When was the opportunity for you to speak about the veterans?
Well, I don't think we did, but we can get back to that.
I want you to address that.
I would like for you to address that, please.
at the request of Councilman Ford. It's something we probably should have brought up during the discussion of the budget ordinance for this year, but I want to note to the disabled veterans that are here, at the recommendation of the Finance Committee, we added another section to the budget ordinance, and I'll just read that. I think it will speak for itself. It says, all persons and entities deemed to be exempt from ad valorem taxation pursuant to South Carolina Code Section 1237-220 shall likewise be exempt from the assessment or collection of any fees that are imposed by Chesterfield County Council and described in this ordinance. The fees that said persons and entities shall be exempted from include, but are not limited to, fire fees, the solid waste management fee, the county road improvement and maintenance fee, and any other similar fees imposed by county council.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ford. Yeah. And that was part of our budget earlier. We had a lot of discussion there. We left that out, but that was very important. So thank you very much.
Now, for clarity, that's for next year, not this year. That's the question that they asked.
Well, this is it's the budget for 2026, 2027. That's right. All right. Anybody else? All right.
Yeah, one more thing.
Sure.
When talking about what we were able to do on the Finance Committee with finalizing our budget, you will not see a tax increase on the county side. I will tell you that I did watch the school board meeting from a couple weeks ago, and they are looking at raising millage on the school side. So if you get your tax bill and your taxes go up, make sure you compare to last year, whether it's on the county side or whether it's on the school board side, because we have absolutely no control over what they decide to do on the school district side. They can tax you however they choose, and you just have to pay it, as far as I understand. So we can't control it. We're burdened with collecting it, but we don't dictate what their fees are. So I think they're having a finance meeting to finalize their budget very soon. So if you want to speak your piece, that would be the place to do that.
Thank you for that point of clarification. All right. There is a need to go into executive session. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Bryant for that.
Yes, pursuant to South Carolina Code Section 3470A5, council is now entering into executive session for a discussion of matters relating to the proposed location expansion or provision of services encouraging location expansion of industries or other businesses in the area served by the county regarding the following: amended and restated FELO agreement with Sand Hill Solar LLC, Project X, and a new multi-county industrial park agreement. Council may take action not voting upon any of these matters after exiting executive session.
All right, so is there a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Dr. Brand, is there a second?
Second.
All right, second by Mr. Ford. Any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're going to have 5 minutes. That's it. out of executive session.
If I can. What they feed us? Oh, really? Are you catering it?
And she's gonna fix your plate too.
Ms. Lippy.
Okay, we are now out of executive session where no votes were made, or motions were made, or votes were taken. Is there anyone who would like to address anything that we discussed in executive session?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Oh, Ms. Hattie did that.
Hey, there's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. We're now adjourned.